and welcome back. This reading is for my friends born under the sign of Pisces. Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, or Pisces Rising. Now, what you're watching now is a 10-day, 10-card Celtic Cross general reading. If you want a focused love reading, you'll be able to find that at my Vimeo link. I'll leave that down below, or you can check out a very special end of summer reading called the Magical Love Reading, where we take a partner or a potential partner, and we see what you bring to one another. Now, let's get into your Celtic Cross reading for the time period, beginning somewhere around August the 23rd, I think. And, if you decide you want a reading meant just for you, you can go ahead and reach out to me through my website contact form or through my email address and let me know what you want. That starts the process, and I will send you the proper invoicing. I don't have an easy pay button. My life isn't about easy. I like that little bit of personal contact, and so that's the way I operate my business, and thank you very much for understanding. Now, let's take a look at this. I'm going to leave these like this. First, before I forget, we need a James Van Praagh, Soul's Journey. I just spent a beautiful morning with my granddaughter, and it always makes me a little weepy when I have to say goodbye to her. But I'll see her again soon. All right, what have we got for my Pisces friend? She is my little Pisces baby, so. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. I think this is about maybe not passing judgment. That's just the immediate feeling I get from it. But let's not be too quick to judge, okay? All right. Now that I'm done pulling puns out of my head, we need 10 cards down. 1, 3, 4, and then another 4. And underlying energy. The Queen of Cups, Pisces, this is you. Showing up and making yourself known in your own reading. All right. We like that energy going in. It tells me you've got a very strong position as you start this period. Now, let's first take a look at the number 1 position. And it looks at your current circumstances. And yes, I have a cheat sheet. Yeah, your current circumstances. The Ace of Swords. So Pisces, something new coming your way. It feels strong. There's a sense of victory or success with whatever this new movement is going on in your life. I'm not sure where judgment falls into that. We'll see if it even has any relevance as we go. But what tells me right now is if you're starting something new, even a relationship can come under this Ace of Swords. New communication, the way you communicate, the lines of communication. This really talks about our thinking, our speech, and I have to wonder if maybe judgment falls into that category. For you, as a Pisces, you're generally not overly judgmental of people, although you can become emotionally attached to people. I don't know if this is really about passing judgment. The communication here is new, though. Let's see what we move on and find out. What's crossing you or compliments you? Well, this is what's crossing you. And here with this new communication, maybe it's a communication that leaves you sad, leaves you weakened, leaves you maybe depressed or sad or Maybe this is about someone passing judgment on you. Maybe someone has brought about some sort of negative I don't I I'm kind of stumped here, because with new communication it's normally a positive start, but we've got an upsetting start here for someone. As if maybe someone said something unkind to you and it sort of put you in a tailspin, or someone's communications with you are unusually harsh and it feels new, but something here is going on for Pisces. Now let me see. We want to know, what is the best you can expect at this time? The Knave of Wands. Well, that's really more communication, but it communicates your wants, your needs, your desires, your direction, your passions. And so maybe you're learning how to open up communication with someone. The message is a little bit muddled, because now we have this energy that crosses you that is harsh, and it's an unkind energy. It's not sympathetic or empathic at all. It is hard and cruel. And the best that maybe you can expect at this time in this circumstance is to have some say-so. Be able to have some contribution. Maybe you're trying to contribute to the situation, but the verbal communication here is breaking down in one way or another. Now, the hidden factors around you. Now we have the Knave of Chalices. Another message. This is a lot about communication, a lot about words spoken, words of passion, words of desire, but words that are also cutting and cruel. So the card of Judgment here is starting to creep in a little bit, as if someone is maybe passing judgment upon you right now. Not necessarily you projecting your judgment on others. It feels like this is coming more towards you. And the feeling that these harsh words or communications are making you feel. Now the next position. What past influence is affecting the situation now? Justice. Now I'm going to say that for some of you, this is really about a legal situation. In some circumstances, it's going to be a lawsuit. In other circumstances, it's going to be the law itself. And for some of you, it's going to talk about a court situation, like a divorce, like a separation, like child custody, because we can have the children represented here. So for some of you, this could be some rather harsh conversation around your children. Maybe around the division of money where the children are concerned. Although I don't have money here, we all know that money is always a great big issue when you're having to go to court over the children. And so this could be conversations from the past revolving around justice and division. I think if I had to really boil it down to a specific situation, this feels to me like it's a fight over the children. And maybe somebody fighting you for position where these children or this subject is concerned, kind of overriding you with a harsh judgment. Now, the next move. The Three of Pentacles. And there's the money situation. But this is collaboration. It's constructive meetings and the building of a promising, positive, strong structure. And so I see negotiations going on around the situation, whether it's connected to your children and a divorce, or it's connected to immaturity through communication on your job, with neighbors sharing immature communication. Again, the knaves are very immature energy. They're young, they're inexperienced, and so you may be dealing someone who's treating a certain situation with kind of an immature ignorance, if I can. Because that's the only reason why you'd be coming through with the Nine of Swords here, is if somebody was kind of communicating something of a really negative energy, a negative force. But I can see you sitting down and trying to negotiate with this person. And that's why all of this communication is coming through. Because the need to communicate, whatever this situation is here, however that resonates for you, the need to sit down and negotiate and work out a plan, work out a stable situation that everybody can get on board with, can work with. Now, we look at how you see yourself and what you can do right now. The King of Pentacles. So, this is about home matters, structural matters, financial matters, and taking control, because the King is very much the one who is in control. Even though the Queen, I think she has a better control over her foundation than the King does. The King, female or male, is a very masterful, skillful person who takes their finances and their structural well-being into consideration above all. He's the one that worries about the money, the finances, the house, the bills getting paid. He's the one who has to take control of those things. And so I see you as this being a position of you being very much masterful and in control about the financial aspects in this situation. Now, your environment, the Death card or the Scorpio card, but we're going to lay it at the feet of Death. We're going to say this is endings, just like Justice is an ending. Just like with the Nine of Swords, you're nearing the end. It's even a beginning with the Ace of Swords, because we know with the Ace of Swords, there had to be a ton of swords somewhere. So, we've got new beginnings all over here. But Justice is going to play a huge part on these negotiations. For me, the negotiations are very much connected to your finances, to the home, to the structure. But we have this rebirth here in the environment. I think with the Death card, you may be considering moving to a new home. If you're leaving a bad marital situation or a bad contractual situation, the rebirth is coming. But the end has to happen first. So we know that in your environment, whether it's work, whether it's home, whether it's family, there is an end of a situation and the regeneration or the rebirth of something that is new, something positive. It may be something from old, but it feels new again. And that's what I like about the rebirth. The rebirth is getting over the sadness, the disappointment of what has gone by, and now you're embracing the new. Now we want to look at what's next with hopes and fears. The Knight of Wands. Well, we know that the Knight of Wands is all about his drive, all about his passion, his desire. And so I think maybe you're hoping for a sense of passion in what it is that this is about. or maybe the regeneration of passion once this old situation passes. Because I don't think you would be regenerating the old situation if you're done with it. And you may not be done with it. You may be reopening communication with someone who you've gone down this upsetting history with. But now you're looking towards the future and towards what it is that you're wanting. Now, we look at the outcome. And the outcome here is the Hangman. So, this situation with justice, the negotiation, maybe around a split of some kind, or the renegotiation of a situation using logic, using the equal balance method of making things right. And so maybe you're going to have to wait a little while longer because the outcome says you're making sacrifices, but you're waiting. You're waiting for the opportunity to overcome whatever it was that put you in this strange position. So some of you are in a weird position in a situation. And some of you do have to wait for the ideal time to move yourself forward with it. But the bottom line is you're moving that way. Everything is going that way. But you may be in a bit of a stall out here. A bit of a delay. Your own nature, the Queen of Cups here, tells you to embrace everything. Even the negative, even the bad, even the sleepless nights if they're there. The Queen of Cups embraces every part of her experience so that when she does have the opportunity to release herself from the situation, she's moving forward with drive, with passion, with ambition. She knows what she wants, male or female. The nights can be either. But moving forward, this knight knows what it is that is at the very core of his desires. He goes for it. And so I think after a period of waiting, maybe some ridicule. I don't know what's going on here because we do have harsh conversation, and the Hangman can leave you in a position where you're being helplessly ridiculed. And so that may be there for some of you too. But just realize that the release is there. Once the negotiation is handled and the King of Pentacles manages his foundation, his structure, and everything is well with this, then you can move on. Then you can come down off of this perch. But until then, whoever you are and you're stuck in this situation, you may be very much having to wait for the right time to release yourself. But patience is definitely needed, but I do think you're moving towards something better. And for some of you, a negotiation has to happen. And let's not judge other people as we're going through it. I think there may be some judgment on someone's part here. Again, I'm feeling that there's some harsh words being exchanged during this time for some of you. And let's try to keep ourselves in a open, loving, receptive position and not pass judgment on others. If they choose to do that, that's their own burden to bear. I always look at it that way. If somebody has something harsh to say about me, sure it hurts, but I can overlook it and I can say that is their cross to bear. If someone is passing judgment on me, that is for them to deal with. That's between them and whatever source put them here on earth. And that's what we got right now, this period of time for you into the early part of September and until the next time. Thank you, Pisces. I'm going to go do your love reading now. Now, if you need me for a private reading, reach out to me. I will get back to you in short order with the proper invoicing, and we'll get that project going just for you. Take care, Pisces. Be well, and peace.